Forgot to turn the camera on. Let's see if that works.
Yeah, there we go. How's
How's
everybody doing today?
today?
I swapped the battery before I started the stream, so I don't want the last couple streams the battery's been going dead, and this is going to be a long one today. I'm going to try and work fast, but we'll see. All right, Randy's here. John, lots of people. Andreas, hi. I forgot to say hi last time. I saw you in the last stream, but thanks for coming back. It's always good to see you. Rowan, good to see you. Yeah, I always put a link in the thing. I guess you know, even if you submit one now, I might be able to get to it today if I have time to download it separately. Otherwise, you know, I have to do it next week if you submit any images today after this one's already started. Agnes, good to see you. Lascivious is back. Awesome, awesome. Randy says, you ever thought of a monthly paid? Oh, thanks. No, I thought about it. Just because it's like one of the options, right? Doing paid subscriptions. But I feel like, you know, that's I don't know what I could do, because typically with paid subscriptions, right, you offer more services to subscribers than you would non-subscribers, right? But I always give my all in every stream or video, so I don't know what I could offer separate in a what's this? Oh, you know, I've been meaning to look at this. Anyway, you know, nothing bad, just some brochure I picked up when I was on base. But yeah, generally you offer more with a subscription. I don't know what I would do more for anyone, you know, that subscribes versus doesn't subscribe. But oh, there's an echo. Hold on, I'll fix that.
There. That's what it is. I was testing the audio input from the HDMI capture device and it works. But hopefully that echo's gone now. God, thank you, Randy. You're so kind. I appreciate that. But like I was saying, with a subscription, you try to offer more to your subscribers than non-subscribers, but I always give my best, you know, which it is what it is. So whether you subscribe or not, I always do my best for you. And any support that you can do on, you know, separately is greatly appreciated. Because, yeah, I'm a, what do they call it? Starving artist, but a starving photographer. Anyhow, yeah, when you go, you don't want the state to get your money. I know. I know. That's a whole other topic that I've had to deal with recently, with my father passing. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. This is the stream that I do. You know, I try to do twice weekly where I edit your photos. So you can always submit your photos to the links below this. Usually I try to put the links up the day before I do the stream. I'll try and do it sooner or more consistently, because sometimes I'm a little late. Because my schedule's so random, I never know when, if I can do a stream or not, even when I plan for it, until the day before. Because I keep telling myself I need to get out and do a road trip, in which case I wouldn't be able to do a stream. Anyway, so I'm here to edit your photos, right? So let's see what everybody sent in. People sent in a bunch of stuff. Let's go to the, oh, how do I switch over again? This one, kind of. This is it, but there's no me. Oh, I gotta turn it on. There. Okay, good. Let's go to the first image here. Wow, this is nice. I need to rearrange my desk because I'm getting a crick in my neck looking this far over. Let me move over. Now I have to move my thing over. Okay. Okay, soft to be fun. I'll try and grab it towards the end. If you want to send yours in too, Roman, I'll have to do it towards the end. Just remind me. Okay. Let me punch in a little bit. Let's look at this full screen. That's a good detail. Who sent this? Is this one of yours, Bob? It looks like, it feels like one of your images. Let me see. Oh, it's Colin. Okay. This you and Bob take very similar images. You know, they're always tack sharp and well exposed. Let's look at the EXIF real quick and move it over. We have ISO 200 f8 with a 12 to 100 f4 Pro on an EM1 Mark II, 1/400th of a second. So yeah, it's a perfect exposure. And it's well composed. I really like how you got the whole tree in here. I feel like this road, unfortunately, or this sidewalk, I mean, you try to get the corners here, but this is not working for me. So I'm trying to think of a way I can compose this without this in it, but I don't see a way to do it. Unless I go wide and crop. Yeah, I think I can crop all of this out. This little sign. Although I like the grass here. Man, a well-cut lawn is always nice because mine are so bad. my house, I'm so bad at gardening. Or what is it? They don't call it gardening when you cut your grass. Whatever, yard work, right? Let me crop. Let's try 16:9 first. That may be enough. I'm gonna crop out this little post right here if I can. Maybe not because of this tree. Not sure. I'd like to keep the whole tree in, but maybe we don't need it. See what that looks like. Not great. I might have to go vertical. You know, I generally like wide shots for landscapes, but a vertical might work where I can capture the whole tree and this bridge maybe. And we don't need this over here on the left. I mean, I'll be grabbing the sidewalk again, but it might work in a vertical. So let's try 9:16. No, let's do 3:4. See what that looks like. Yeah, that looks like a picture of a tree now. Let's stay wide. All right, let's stay 16:9 wide. Go up to the top, keep it all. I like to get a little more of the bridge. Marked Wolf, how are you? 3:2, top right third, maybe. That might be too tight though, but let me see what that looks like. That's not bad. I mean, the sidewalk is a little bit muted now. Maybe a little bit tighter. Just to get less of that sidewalk in there. And then I might brush this sign out a little bit, but I think this composition works. Now the sidewalk's not overbearing, but it's more part of the scene. And then I don't think exposure, color, everything else is perfect. Wow, all the way up to the bridge, Bob? You know, that's the problem is this sign. What's down here? This sign comes right up to here. I can try. I don't know if I can crop. I mean, I'm kind of with you, maybe right to there. Right about there, but then the bridge kind of loses its presence a little bit. It's out of the frame almost. Um, I might have to keep. I feel like I want to keep the bridge in the frame. Not when it's that low in the frame, it doesn't. It just kind of loses its presence a little bit. I feel good with this composition, and then I don't think there's anything I can do color composition wise. Look at this. Maybe add more dehaze to bring out these clouds a little more. Or if I do clarity, I can pump up the grass a little bit too. So let's try. I think that's the only thing I would do is maybe a little dehaze, a tad of clarity, a little bit less clarity, and pull this in a tiny bit here. Oh, look at my software dying here. This little try a little more dehaze. Take this back off. I think I'm done. Easy one, because it was already a great shot. So there's the before and after. Not much. I mean, all we really had to do was get rid of the sidewalk a bit. It was just had too much presence. All right, let's move on to the next one. Nice shot, Colin. Okay, this one is one of Bob's. See what I mean? Bob's look. Bob has all these great landscape shots. So this one's just a little flat, and I'm not sure I want all of this foreground. So again, just a wide shot. Well, let's try 16 by 9. Oh, hey, Colin, you're here. Good. Yeah, it was a great shot, Colin. Just the sidewalk was a little bit. So maybe what I would have done is use the wider lens and get a little closer and look up a little bit. I don't know. It's hard to say. Um, Sometimes, you know, the scene is what it is and you can't do anything about it, right? I think this works a little better. And then this just needs clarity, I think, to bring out some of the texture in the grass and the clouds at the same time. And oh, why is this thing so slow today? Maybe a bit warmer too. It's a little bit cold. What are we at? We're at 60, 59, 50. It's already pretty warm. Try 6100. So you did two, a 16 by 9 top and bottom. Yeah. I'm kind of leaning towards just this top part and forget about the grass here. So maybe a 16 by 7 like this. That's a little weird though. Too much sky. I think that's too wide. I think a 16 by 9 works. Well, this is not bad actually. Still needs to be a bit warmer. Try 6400. And I need to work with the tone curve a bit. But it's something is not right here. I mean, cloudy days do that though. Pull in a tiny bit here. There, it's getting there. Just needed some punch here. And let me do some blues. Let me see if I can bring some of that blue out. So if we saturate the blues a bit more. I can see peaks of blue in here. Looks like there's some purple cast in the, yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Yeah, I'll pull back on that a little bit. Maybe the luminance, you pull it down just add here. And we are getting some purples in the grass, so let's shift the greens this way. Try square with the 2 left trees in the track. Oh, that's an interesting idea, Randy. I like that. Pull back here this way. Okay. I'm really jacking up the grass color here. I'm trying to get it more green. Pull the greens out. All right, I think I like this brown in here too. See, the line is a little bit off too here. I thought so. Straighten that horizon a tiny bit. Okay. And soft to be fun thinks it needs more sky, huh? It's wheat starting to turn brown from green. Okay. So we'll pull back on the saturation a little. And let me crank up the yellow. Okay. That might be too much. Be about there. This scene really needs some stronger cross lighting. This soft light everywhere from the clouds is kind of what's killing it for me here. But let's look at this full screen. And then I want to try that thing Randy suggested. All right, I think that's where I would go with this. This, you know, since I can't get the colors right, maybe a black and white. What was Randy saying? Saying, try a square with the 2 left trees and the track. Okay, let me try that real quick, and then I want to try black and white. Need to drop in a little bit. A little more. It's okay. I like the wide crop better. I mean, this hasn't finished rendering yet, but oh, come on, Workspace. Don't crash on me here. But, yeah, I think I like the wide crop better. If I can get, I can't get back. Okay. Let me close this and reopen it. Where is it? There it is. Come on. I don't want this. I want, where is it? Here. All right. Yeah, I think maybe a monotone might work. Yeah, so many tabs, and that's just on this one monitor, Bob. I have another screen over here that has like several other windows going on. I mean, it's not, it's the minimum number of programs I can have open at once. Let me see. Let's try a red filter. And then really crush the blacks here. I mean the midtones. Bring the sky back a tiny bit. Something like that kind of works too, right? I like that. I mean, the color I think is better, but I think if you like black and white, this would work too. All right, Bob, great shot as always. Less grass, more sky, huh? Okay. Let's move on. There's a lot here, so I have to move quickly. Okay, let's look at the EXIF here. I think your shutter speed's pretty solid. Yeah, 1/800th of a second, so you had to go to ISO 800 to get it. That's why it's a little bit soft up close. Wow, you got away with the 12 to 40 Pro on this. Wow. That's really good considering how you got this shot. I think, yeah, Ivan, I think you did a really good job with the exposure and the settings here. I'm impressed. That's a good shot. We just have to work on the composition a bit. So yeah, we don't need these barrels, whatever they are. Looks like some kind of man-made habitat for something. And this statue and this duck is cut off. I mean, I get it with wildlife shots, you don't have much, choice in the matter when you're trying to capture something, but um let's let's try a square crop. Get rid of all of those barrels. Right. Do it this way. All right. It's a little bit tight. Need a little more room around this blue heron. Okay. Now let's do. Gosh, there's so much data missing here. Right about there. Pull in a little bit here. Come up here. All right. I think that's all I need to do there. Let's see if we can bring some detail back. The noise filter is off. Wow, you really nailed the settings on this. Like, honestly, you cannot ask for a better shot given what you had at the time. Let me just try regular sharpening first, and then I'll see if unsharp mask works. Yeah, let's do a little unsharp masking. Try just a tiny bit here. It's tight. All right, I think that's all I'm gonna do. Let's try a low noise filter. Turn that off again. Let me look. Yeah, let's stick with that filter. And just crank the threshold one more notch. Notch here. All right. There, that's that. Now, let me work with the colors. I have them available. Yes, I do. So I'm going to crank up the orange and the yellow. I don't think there's much blue here. This, even though it's blue to our eye, it's actually it's more gray than it is blue here. But I'll try. Then this water's green, so I'm gonna darken the water, at least up in here. Like so. Just to give a little more separation to the bird. A little bit too close to blue. So I think, yeah, I think we're getting there. Wish this duck wasn't here, but he's kind of a joker, right? Looks like he's laughing or something. I think that's it. Maybe just a tiny bit of vignette. A tiny bit. That. Just to darken the corners down here more. One more click. All right, let me see what I got on the detail. I think this is all I can do detail-wise. But okay, let's take a look at before and after. Give that a second to render, but I think we're done. Mostly in the color and a tiny bit of sharpening. I mean, I think the sharpening worked really well on this. This statue of the blue heron. It'd have been really cool if the wings were spread out the same way, right, as the statue. That would have been really cool. But anyway, yeah, nice shot though. Really, really good technique. It's just kind of luck of the draw though when you go out on these kind of shoots, right? All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's look. A little too much orange. Yeah, maybe. I could have probably taken that back off a little bit. I agree. Wow, beautiful landscape. With I gotta get rid of these rocks here though. They just feel kind of out of place. And you must be at like F16 or something because almost everything is sharp here. Let's see what the exif data is. F8. 40 to 150 F28. 1/400th of a second. ISO 64. Okay. We're right at the limits of the, man, this is a bright day. I mean, you're F8 and 1/400th of a second. That's at ISO 64. That's a lot of, that's a lot of light out here. So you're probably midday, which makes sense because there's no shadows anywhere. So I think that's the biggest problem with this image is there's just no shadow detail. So let's crop my usual crop. This, where is it? Here. Let's try 16:9 first. Oh, is this your shot, Randy? Okay, that makes sense. Wow, now this cloud is the subject. I don't know if that makes any sense. Let's go really wide. And crop in. I'm trying to get this intersection here in the center. All right, that works for me right there. This is okay. Now, we might be able to just tone curve it. And then add a little dehaze. You like to challenge me, huh? A vertical may give more depth. True. True, we'll try that. Now, let me work with the colors a little bit. It's already in vivid, so I have to put it back to natural. And just I want more reds and oranges in here. I want to pull back the blues just a why am I on luminance? I meant saturation. Oranges and reds. pull back the blues a little bit too strong. And yeah, black and white might work. It might work. There's just not enough color here. But the tones are good, but I don't know if there's an I'll try it. I'm just a little bit leery of it. Some dehaze. And let's bring up the midtones a tiny bit more. Let's make it a little bit warmer. On 6K. Like I said, I'm really trying to bring out the reds and oranges here to contrast this blue. All right, I think that's, ooh, that's too much. Let's look at it before and after, and then we'll try in black and white. Let me let that, needs to render a little bit more. Not done rendering, but we'll get there. There, I think that's what I would do here. I think we need a little more clarity. I think this is where black and white will do really well, is like there's a lot of good tones in here, but I wasn't able to separate them by color. But I think in a black and white, these tones will come out really nice. Because we'll use a red filter maybe. And that'll brighten up these tones here, but then keep these tones a little bit darker. Because if I crank up too much dehaze here, I'm afraid it's going to make the skies look really wonky. Thanks, Dave. But let's try black and white. I think black and white, I'm lost here. Picture mode here. Monotone. The red filter to bring the skies back in. And the tones here. And then pull in some dehaze. A lot stronger now. And let me pull the curve down here a little bit stronger too. Whoops. I accidentally added a dot. Here. There, that's nice and punchy. I wish I didn't have to do that to the sky though. God. The dehaze is killing the sky. This is too strong right here. Yeah, when I'm trying to bring out the tones right here. I'm not sure I can do it without messing up the sky. All right, let's see how that looks. That's not bad. This one sky, one cloud right here that's jacked up. A little bit dark. Let me brighten it a little bit. See how that looks. Let that render for a second. That might be too bright, but give it a chance to render. My mug out. Yeah, gosh darn it. You know, I wish I could brush the sky. Actually, I can. Sky would be real easy to do. Um, with this clone brush, right? I'll just need kind of a big brush. Let me start over here. Oops. Lots of blur. About 80% there. Ah, there we go. All right, now I can go back and fix the tones. Let me pull this back down to about a 0.1. Crank up the dehaze. One more click. All right, I think we're there. Let that render, and I think we're there. I just had to get that one cloud too, it was too dark. Yeah, I like this. It may look a little dark on your screen, but on my screen I can see everything in this mountain here. And then these tones really came out really nice. I think I can just crank up just a little bit more in the highlights. Or pull off the dehaze a little bit. But okay. Yeah, if I pull the dehaze off just a tiny bit, I think we're good. All right, let's move on. Nice shot though, Randy. Oh, somebody wanted to try vertical. I think it was Lauren. Let's see what a vertical looks like. Crop out this one. That's interesting too, actually, Lauren. I like that. It needs to render. I like this too, Lauren. That's not a bad way to go either. It's almost done. There we go. Not bad either. This works as a vertical too. I agree. I agree, that works. All right, let's try the next one here. Let's see. Yeah, it gives more depth, right? Yeah, I like the vertical too. You don't need to hire me. Just you can edit your own pictures there, Dave. Let's see. What do we got? Let's look at the EXIF here. This is a nice place to live, but I think we got no EXIF data, so the mystery here. So this must be a JPEG, is it? Yeah, this is a JPEG too. So let's look at this full screen for a second. A little bit soft. Oh, maybe not. No, actually, it's not bad. It's a hair soft, but I feel like this pad here. I like this pad. I like this surrounding right here. This has to go. I like these trees. I'm gonna have to pick something here. I think I'm gonna pick this pad here and these trees right here with this and do a vertical. And we're gonna have to lose I mean, this is not in good light over here anyway. It's a little bit too bright. So I'm gonna go vertical. And probably 3x4 over here. Whoops. Right in here, I think. See how that looks. I think that's the crop. And then let's just do a little straightening. And I'd have to do some think. Oh, I can't do any keystoning. Oh, let's do it this way. Bring these in. So I I don't think wide is going to work because I don't like the structures, you know, the apartments or the house in the back. And I like these trees, and there's a little bit of blue in the sky. I mean, I unfortunately I have a JPEG, so I'm not sure how much I can recover. But I just have to get the perspective a little bit better. I think that's all I can do there. And yeah, it's just the perspective is off, but I can't fix it more than this. Let me think. I shift it this way, it's gonna mess that up. Let me see if I can artificially just bow it in a tiny bit. All right. A wide central crop. Okay, we'll try that. I'm kind of going with my original vision right now though. Let's do pop art 2. Poison oak. And let's fix the gradation a little bit to bring the trees in. And let me see. There's no color in here. I wish these were browner, but I can't do it. Let's warm it up though. Maybe a tiny bit more. And then let's make these greens a little bit greener. Let's see. Tiny bit of the haze for the water. Let me see. Do I have sharpening in here? Yeah, let me crank that up. And I want to bring the blues back in. Where's my adjust color, luminance? I don't know if there's just enough data left in this JPEG to do it. I'm trying to bring the blue back in over here. It's a little bit wonky. All right. Now let's see if we can shift the greens a little bit. This green is a little bit too brown. So let's try shifting this way and see what happens. I don't want to mess up the greens in here though. I have to do it here. Let me think. Let me try that. Okay, that helped a little bit. Just shift a little bit more this way. And this one will shift it more green because I want to bring the greens out in here. All right, I think the color is closer. And then what I'd like to do is think a little bit here and lots of red. And oranges. Ah, this is starting to come out now. There was a little bit of red and orange in this. That's what that tree and this. Oh, okay. Let me brighten this up a little bit. Let me brighten this red. I want to see this tree trunk here too, just to get some depth, right? I think. I need to work on gradation to fix that. Let me see if I can add a little bit more. More. All right, good. No, I can't do selections in Workspace. Let's just add just a tiny bit of contrast. Are we here? We're really low. No gradient in Workspace either. I think that's all I can do. So there's a before and after. I didn't like anything over here. Let me look over here. This is interesting, but it's blocked by this tree, right? Like this little waterfall kind of thing. So I had to get rid of all of this because this tree is messing up the left side in my opinion. But otherwise, I like the lily pad down here, and I like this. But this image on the right now, I think this is where I would go. And if I had the raw image, I could have made a much smoother gradations here in the sky. But everything else, I think, came out about right. All right. ND filter, yeah, maybe. Yeah, it'd have been nice to kind of get a little more depth here on the lily pad to make it look like it's really floating. That's true. I think an ND not an ND filter, but a polarizing filter. Could have gave a little more depth to these lily pads to make them look like they're floating. That would have been kind of cool. And then when you take this shot again, who is this? David? Watch the perspective of your camera. It's kind of like you had it like you were leaning down and pointing up a little bit. I don't know what kind of angle you got, but all the lines are this way, which means you're kind of pointing up. It's kind of weird. I mean, I can do some correction with the skewing and stuff, but yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. This is from Roberto. Okay. First time I think you've sent one. No, I've seen this before. Hold on. Let's look at the EXIF real quick. So we have an Olympus EM10 Mark II. Must have adapted a lens because there's no lens data. Let me see. Oh, a 17 millimeter f1.8. Yeah, okay. Sorry, Bert. You know my memory's been kind of foggy lately. Dang it. You know, everything's cut off down here. So I'm gonna crop right in here and cut off more. Yeah, I need to crop right here and forget about all of this other stuff and just capture the moment here. Um, just right in here. And then a little bit of a tilt to the right. Look at this dog. Um, might be too much to the right. Right in here. Maybe I need a little more room on the right. Too much on the top. Let's try 4x3. Oops. 3x4. Drop in a frame about like this. Try that. Okay. That works for me. And it just needs a little contrast. That's it. I mean, I could do it with a tone curve, but I think just a touch of contrast. Let me see what else you got here. Turn this off. Add some sharpness. Let's add a tiny bit of gradation. Normal's fine. This poor dog. And I know lots of pictures. I have to work fast. Let's just add I mean, I hate to work fast on an image when I feel like I can get there if I just take a little time. Let's do vivid. Why do some photos don't let you change the color? It depends on the camera. Some cameras they don't allow you to use the color feature. So they don't have it in Workspace. I don't know why. They should. But the way around it is if you have the raw file, because you can always edit colors on JPEGs, but if you have the raw file, export the raw file as a TIFF, and then you can work with adjust colors on the TIFF. So that's kind of the workaround. Let's pull the highlights down a tiny bit. I want to bring back the dog a little bit because it's too much white in here. Might have to do it. See with exposure. Come down about a third of a stop. And I'm gonna do black and white. Orange filter. Sunday haze. All right, there we go. Needs to render a little bit. I mean, it works in color and black and white. I just like black and whites. It needs a little bit of gradation. So let me do this. And then work with the tone curve again. Where is it? Here. Not sure if that's better. Let me go full on red filter. I hate to make the person and we'll split tone it a little bit. Something like that. All right, now I'm done. There, I think that looks pretty good. I need to tilt a little bit more to the right, but I like all the detail that came out in the dogs here. I just can't believe what's wrong with this dog. I think that works. All right, nice shot though. All right, let's all right, Dave, we'll see you later. Ah, that's a big file, Bob. Ooh, let's see. This is interesting. This is from Neo. And this has already been processed a bit. What's the EXIF? Because this looks like, yeah, this is Sony. This looks like a full frame image because of this depth of field. But the colors, yeah, typical Sony colors, they're a little bit off to my eyes. You know, it's very subjective. Um, Trying to see, let's look at this full screen for a second. It needs a slight tilt. I think a vertical will work right here. Get rid of these people over here, just work with a vertical. And a little bit tighter. I think that'll work. Panasonic, yeah, the colors are, I haven't played with it enough. They have different settings for color. I forget the 3 different modes. One of them looked really good. One of them I didn't like. And let's do a slight tilt to the left. And I don't know about selective color. It would look kind of weird here, I think. I want more color. It's just a little bit too muted. So let me try just, let me see if pop art, there we go. Now let me work with the gradation. Let's add a little bit in. Let's pull back the gold color a little bit. Maybe a little more. Oops, that's... Ooh, we need more green in this image, actually. I want to bring more green. Come on, green. So I like the green down here. There we go. And let's pull this blue just a little bit. No, you're not the only one. Yeah, more green, right? Yeah, I think we're there. We're getting a little bit of CA here, but what can I do about that? Let me think. Pull this one back a little bit. I'm losing the green here that I wanted. There's no exif date on the lens, Randy. It's probably an adapted vintage lens because I'm seeing like all this chromatic aberration, which is typical of old lenses. And, you know, it's just kind of everywhere. So I think that's the problem. You know, that's what gives the lens character, right? The other aspects of it. But at the same time, I think then you start to get these kind of imperfections in the lens up here. But I think we're almost there. I just need something a little bit gritty. Let me see. Let me try and make it a little bit grittier. I'm going to do that with sharpening and a hard radius. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. What if I increase this a little bit? I want this to be really gritty right here. Maybe a little more on the pixels. That might be too much, but let's see. I don't want to mess up over here. All right, I think I'm done. So quick before and after. So clearly a totally different kind of look, right? The image on the left is really soft, but I wanted to make it very, very gritty. Like on this image, you can barely make out. I mean, this is all way too soft. So that's what I did over here is I made all this clear. Now you can see like a spider web here. I overdid it a tiny bit because I'm messing up. I need to add a little more threshold, but that's kind of where we're at. And I like this green. If I was using Lightroom, I would fix the green up in here. Because this is C. I don't think I can do CA here. Let me look. Yeah, I can't do it. Okay. Oh, so everybody seems to like that edit. That's cool. I mean, a black and white could work, but I don't want to lose this gold, right? In black and white, gold is hard to kind of appreciate if you do a black and white. And that's kind of what makes this image, is the gold that's in it. So I wanted that color. But okay, let's move on. I mean, I can show you real quick what happens in black and white. I mean, you'll see that gold just doesn't stand out anymore, right? Uh, the gold, it has to be color to capture that gold. All right, so let's move on. Um, where are we? I did that. Okay, this one. Oh my God. All right, Joni. Gosh, so many problems with this image here. This this stand is in the way, and it's cutting off this saxophone. What's? Oh wow, I've never seen any. It's not a saxophone, but whatever this instrument is. Um, this is another shot where this brass or goldish color would have been really cool. But it's this freaking light stand. And what's going on up here? Were you trying to do this? Make it look like this guy was playing this? Maybe that's what you were doing. Now what's this person doing? A keyboard? No. All right, this is yeah, it looks like he's playing a saxophone. Thank you. The saxophone. I'm trying to find something here that I can use. I'm like right here. If this little music stand wasn't here, I could make this work. But because this is here, I can't make this work. So I'm gonna work with just this piece. Um, just ignore this guy altogether. Ugh, it's not quite working here. Let me go this way. Brick. All right, this is gonna be like a 2 pixel image by the time I'm done cropping, but let me see what's down here. I think I need to be down in here. Or right here. Wow, these trees. Oh, can't do it. I have to go down here. I mean, it's really sharp, but I can't make anything work here. All right, let me see what I can do here. Oh, this person is in it now. This is tough, Joni. You're killing me. I think this is it right here. Of all the angles I could find. We'll do 4x3. Why is that backwards? Right in here. All the way up against that thing. And down. Without capturing that. Oh. Man. This is tough. And oops. The wrong channel. You know I'm concentrating when I'm not talking. uh all right, let's make this a little grittier. So I'm gonna do it again with the unsharp mask. A little bit too much grit. Do 3 pixels. Still too much. Back to 2. All right. And if I can fix these highlights a little bit. And we'll split tone it. Tiny bit there. All right, now one last thing. This sounds silly, but I'm gonna do a soft focus and back this off a bit. A little bit more. Why is this getting all soft over here though? Dang it. Not having the effect I wanted. We try it with no. No. All right. I think we'll go back to my original. I want this to be softer now. I do that maybe with threshold. Pull the threshold all the way up. Yeah, the soft filter wasn't having the effect I wanted. I'm losing. All right, right there. That's all I can do. So let's before and after that one. Wow, so I had to crop all the way in and find something in this image. I mean, there's a lot of things here, but man, they're just it's just a mess, the image. Everything is everywhere. I had to simplify it best I can, but I think this final image is all right. We look at it by itself, a little bit of sharpening and split toning, basically. All right. Wow, that's the hardest one yet, man. Thanks for sending that one. That was hard. Okay. Uh, let's see. Getting started with M43 now. Yeah, why not? Um, I mean that's a cop-out answer. It would just take too long to answer that question because I'd have to ask you about 10 questions. Whew, we're too. What do we got here? We got some kind of. Uh. Oh, Jones, you were concentrating to get the mouthpiece in the right place and only had a few seconds. Yeah, I get that. I get where you're going. Yeah, I think everybody saw that you were trying to get that guy playing a sax, but yeah, everything else. Worth a shot though. It's worth trying to get that shot, but it just didn't work out that way. At least not for me. Okay, so this one here, I like this water. I think I can crop right here. This is a JPEG, isn't it? Because I'm getting some banding here. I'm not going to be able to save this. I'm going to get rid of all this sky, focus on this water, and have that as a line going into the frame. Let's go wider. Whoops. We get rid of all the water. That's kind of working. Let me look back again. Because this in the center, I mean, I think you were trying to go for this, right? Something like this. But this perspective just doesn't work for me. But this makes more sense for the scene. I just don't like this angle. I wish you were lower and looking more straight on instead of almost top down. I think this is where I'll go. Now, uh, see. No, has to be right about there. Man, this is a tough. This is a tough. This is another tough one for me compositionally. I mean, I'm tempted just to forget about this part right here and just go with the center. This is not working in the field. It's just not working for me here. I'm gonna go back to a wide shot. Maybe this way. Hmm. I don't like this either. I'm gonna get rid of just a little bit of the sky. And just keep everything. Maybe get rid of a little bit more of the sky. I might have to go a square crop. Let me try one by one. All right. Yeah, CB Ray, yeah, you and I are on the same page. Let's go a little bit more. All right. That's all I can do. Man, I spent a lot of time on just trying to get a composition. I'm gonna go monotone and I think red or green. Let me see. No, definitely not green. Let's go. Well, yeah, red works better. And going to the tone curve. Oh, I don't have a gradient. Um, yeah, I don't have a gradient, and this is a JPEG, Ray, so I'm just gonna work with the tones here. Still feels kind of crookedish, but I think that's it. Add more clarity and sharpness. All right. So I hate to go black and white on everything, but the colors just didn't work for me here. I mean, there's a little bit of reds and greens here and here, but it just doesn't balance right. So when I struggle with color, I just go black and white. You know, like the other image was definitely a color image with the gold and greens, but this is where I would go. Okay, I have to move on. There's so many here. Um, yeah, yeah, more powerful editor, we could probably make some things work, but just with Workspace, this is all I got. Um, oh, I like this line. I like this. Ironically, if this guy wasn't sitting here, I'd like this image better. Because this line goes right up to this building, this tall building here. Uh, so let's I think we got some perspective distortion. Let me see that line. This line is almost straight. I think we can straighten this. And this sign is crooked. And this this can be a color photo actually. We just need to give it a lot more color. And then just a slight crop. Oops. Do this. Gosh, I'm kind of losing this line here. That's my favorite part of the image. And a little bit of gradation. Ooh, one more, one more thing we can do. Let me add a little more gradation. I'm gonna add a, where is it? Ah, not there. Okay. Oh yeah, the exif file. Let me check that for you. Yeah, I like this little splash of yellow here. I love all the colors here. Um, we can try a little taller. I forget who is it. Bob, you wanted to try a little taller. Um, that's a little bit tight. I feel like if this building wasn't so wonky, I could this would work better. I don't think I can fix this though. Um, but this is a little bit too tight for me. I'd like to see a little bit more. I think my original 3x4 was working for me best. Right about there. And Oh, you know what would look good too? Yeah, 10 by 16 is just too tight for me. It would be too tall. Um, Other than pop art filter, let me try cross process 2. That'll really, yeah, there we go. Then I can do this. Oh, it's still not there. Dang it. Sometimes there's a starlight effect here. I'm not sure why it's not showing. Let me go back and fix the gradation. Oh, I might have to do it this way. It's either this or the pop art filter. Let me look at the pop art one more time. Hmm. Yeah, I like this cross too. And bring some of the yellows back. All right, I think this is where I would go. So let's look at before and after. I think that works. I could let me fix the white balance. I can. A little bit here and here. Yeah, there we go. Just to make it a little funky. All right, now I'm done. All right, there we go. I decided just to get really funky with it, but I think that looks pretty cool. You can play with it some more. Like I would try and bring out these oranges a little bit more. I was trying to do that here, but it wasn't coming out too well. But all right, let's move on. There's so many here. Oh my God. All right. I gotta go faster. Um, I like this. Oh, let me do EXIF data before I forget again. Olympus 14 to 42 kit lens. 1/800th of a second. EM10 Mark II f5.2. ISO 400. Okay. Okay. This one's not too bad. It's really dark, but these, when you have this kind of stuff, you know what's really good is the what is it called? Dramatic tone filter. Let me apply that real quick. Where is it? There it is. So we got these really crazy clouds, and then let's see. We can exaggerate it even more with just a little clarity and dehaze. But yeah, this is pretty solid image, I think. Um, as is, it just we just needed to see what I can do here. I just want to add some negative space. Something like that. And I think that's all it needed, really. Maybe a little brighter. We need a little more gradation here. Let me see. See that? And yeah, there we go. Right about there. Okay, let's take a look. A slight tilt to the right, but compositionally, everything looks good. Just a slight tilt to the right, and we'd be done. All right, that wasn't too bad. That was an easy one to fix. Let's see. No, that was a JPEG. But when you apply the dramatic tone filter, it really it works better on RAWs, but in that image I could see it would have been fine on a JPEG. All right, this is nice. We just need to center it. And like so. Center and tilt. There we go. All right, so we're gonna do red, green, and soft focus. Let's make this a little bit more dramatic. So, and then let's crank up some reds and greens. So we'll warm it up first. Let's go to 6000K. And where's my adjust colors? Do I have access here? Yeah, so let's crank up the reds and the greens. Some of the orange. And soft focus, but pull the effect back. Not like that. Maybe, let's see, light vignette, either on the dark side. Yeah, a little more tilt, Bob. Yeah, I'm seeing that now. Not like that. Oh, that's too much. Right there. All right, it needs a little more dramatic. That vignette didn't work. Where is it? A little bit more. I mean, what if I really crank it? No, that's too much. Right about there. All right, and let's go back to the curve. Right in there. Okay. Bring the softness just a little bit back in more again. All right, I think I'm done. So let's do a quick before and after. That'll need to render a little bit, but I think that looks pretty good. Really nice shot. Really, really nice. Personally, I like it a little darker. I want to make this part almost black right here. But doing that, let me see if I can pull that in. Almost there, but that's kind of, whoops, that might be too much. Right in there. Let that render, but that's kind of where I was going. The softness kind of, like I said, I prefer this to be black, but I can't really do it without really messing up all of the tones up in here, because this tone is very similar to this. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this is easy. Wide crop and straighten. Peter breaks. All right. We'll do a 16 by 7. Right in here. Straighten it. And it's really crooked. Some gradation. And dehaze. Any bit of clarity. Pull up the shadows here. I might have to go silhouette. I'm just not able to recover enough here. Let me check my crop. Get a little tighter crop, like right there. This is just way too dark. I might have to silhouette it. Okay, Viper, we'll see you. Thanks for coming in. What's that? 1 V per octave. I appreciate it. I'm gonna just silhouette this a little bit. And then okay, what time? 1:30. Wow, okay. I have to work a lot faster. Yeah, so let's oh, I can't do anything with the colors here. Just warm it up a tad. 6,000. That might be too warm, but let's see. Just a hair too warm. 5,800. And I don't know. Maybe let's go back to close to the original. Yeah, that's a little bit too cold. All right, that feels about right. I think that's all I can do here. I think a soft filter might help. Oh, I can't adjust the effect though. I can't do it. All right, let's do a before and after. I'm sorry, I have to go really a lot faster. I don't know, vertical might work. Someone mentioned it, right? Getting all of this sky in. Oh, but I don't think that'll work too well. Oops. Let me just see what a vertical looks like. That's kind of interesting. Maybe a little bit too tall. 16 by 9. Yeah, that's kind of cool too, the vertical. So I think I like the vertical better. The horizontal just had too much of this on the left, which this just didn't help at all. So we just captured all of this action in here. And little boat right here. I like this side better. All right, let's move on to the next one. Yeah, I think the vertical works. Ooh, wow. This is John Matthews. What did we do here? We did EPL9 manual mode, 1/200th of a second, and no lens information. Okay. SLR Magic 8mm at f8 manual focus on the PL9. Curious to see what I can do. Yeah, me too. I like it, but there's something. Something is, yeah, it's really nice, but something is, it needs something. Tilt. I mean, we got blue and green, not enough red. So I'm almost leaning towards a black and white. And I'm a little torn about this corner here. And then I like this range. I think. Dang it, I'm not sure what to do here. I like the reflection too. Warm it up slightly. I want to try and bring some of the tones. Highlight and shadows. And this is a TIFF file, but sometimes the TIFF doesn't work too well in Workspace. Like just bringing the highlights down, it's not gonna recover this too well. Yeah, let me see. I think I need a little more definition in these trees. Separate by color. Try these two colors. That's not enough red. A little bit of sprinkle of red would have been nice in here. And let me saturate the blues. Okay. Something like that. A little bit too harsh. But all right, let's see before and after. Okay. I think that works. I just needed to bring out more of the yellow in the tree because the trees were too blue. So I brought the yellow out, and that's it really, in some contrast, but really beautiful scene. It needs a central subject, some kind of accent though. Like a fish jumping out of the water. I mean, I know, like, what are the odds of that happening, right? But it just needs a little accent somewhere. You know, like a guy in a canoe, just some accent, something to kind of really make this picture pop a little bit more. But other than that, it's really beautiful, but it needs an accent or something to make the composition spike. Okay. Now this one, this was already edited by Anna. Anna sent this in to me last night. So I already edited it. This is not the original raw image though. But this was her edit of this heron. So I already worked on it last night. This is kind of my version. And let me show you the original raw image. But this is a 300 millimeter f4. And it looks like it was raining. Mine hasn't rendered yet. It's not this gritty. It'll render here in a second. Let me go back. Oh, hey Anna, how are you? So let's see. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. Okay, it's rendering now. But I'll just show you the settings I made to this. Basically, I cranked up the orange and yellows because I really like the yellow in the bird's eye. And the orange is here and some of the reds here. And then for cropping and straightening, I decided to move the bird over to the right because he is kind of technically pointing to the left. Even though he's not looking to the left, he's pointing to the left. And then, so let me show you, I did I did sharpening here, unsharp mask with radius 1, threshold 9. I added a low noise filter because I was catching. The problem with this birds, right, is when you sharpen, it's hard to do any kind of threshold, meaning not sharpen up the noise that's in the image here, because you want to try to capture all of the fine details in the bird's feathers, but you can't do that. You can't like soften the noise, and because you'll lose the detail in the feathers. But here's kind of your edit. The other thing with your edit I notice is that it's crooked, right? You tried to make the line down here straight, but I think you need to go with this one to be straight. But yeah, basically I just did a lot of sharpening to try to bring the feathers out, right? And now you can see the rain. So it looks like it's noise, but it's actually just rain. And then I punched up the colors because I wanted to bring this yellow and the orange in. And it looks a little gritty up close, but when you back off and frame it this way, I think it looks really good. And then I think, as you said in your email, the only other thing is your shutter speed was a little slow. So I'm sure there's a little bit of crispness here missing because your shutter speed was at 1/250th of a second. You really need to be, yeah, a lot faster, as you already know and stated. But yeah, good shot, good capture for kind of a quick edit. But yeah, that's kind of what I did with it, is just punched up the color and sharpness and then moved it off to the right. Right? Let me just look at that. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's move on. But nice shot, Ann. Okay. Oh, dude. Man, this guy is happy. Wonder what he's smoking. So let's get rid of this bar over here. And this is from Ian. And I like the steps over here. So I just need to crop out. We might have to go all the way to 1 by 1. Give him a little air on the left. And let's see, I would I'm debating if I should go black and white. But these blues and his skin, just, I like this contrast here, and I don't think a black and white would show that contrast. Let me just eyeball a black and white real quick, but I don't think that it's gonna work. Yeah, that blue in his skin is just not gonna fly. This has to work this way. Let's look at the EXIF real quick, because the ISO feels portrait EM5 12 to 50 at 1/80th of a second. ISO 800 on the EM5 Mark 1. That's why it feels a tiny bit soft. I mean, it's sharp. It's sharp, but it's not. I don't know how to explain it. So let me do this. Nothing a little sharpening wouldn't fix. And oh, he likes to be photographed, huh? Yeah. He is one happy dude. Little dehaze. Need a little more negative space, maybe behind his head. And let's put some gradation back in. And that a second to render. I don't know why I'm struggling with the feel of this image. And I'll just pull back the saturation a little bit. What is it? Is there a noise filter on or something? Yeah, let me turn this down, turn this off. That's part of it. And I think I need to go muted. This natural is a little bit too strong. Let's go muted. I mean, I'm half tempted to go art filtery on this. It's just the colors are a little bit too strong. Okay, we're getting there now. Now that I got pulled off some of the color, that's looking better to me. Let me pull the color all the way back. I wish I could dial it back some more. But I can't do it. Maybe just a tiny bit cooler. Go down to about 5500. I want to bring some of these blues in here. What? No, 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 no. There we go. And we need to, why is it crooked though? I thought I straightened it. There. All right, we're almost there now. Uh, 5600. We lost a little bit of the color in his skin. Okay, now we need to do one more thing. Let's work with this. Go about one. Just want to make it a little bit gritty. Let me try 3. Yeah, that's getting there. Maybe a 4. That might be too much, but 4. All right, let's see the before and after. I think I need to go back to a 3. 4 is a little bit too gritty. All right. There we go. Yeah, I think that looks good. Like it. I mean, for a rush job, that looks good to me. Like I said, I don't think black and white works because the tone between the blue and his skin was too close in black and white. but I wanted to make all of this grit along the walls and the steps on his jean jacket, everything. I just needed some crispiness to it. I think that works. All right. Uh, great shot though. Great shot, Ian. All right. Oh, a couple more here. Let's see. Man, I'm sorry, Emil. You were waiting a long time for this. Okay. We need to straighten it. Crop out this front. And I'm a little torn. Let me see. I have some ideas here, but let me straighten and crop it a little bit first. Straighten this. Crop it slightly. Oops, what are we, 16 by 9? Crop it slightly. And I feel like I just want to see something. I'm not going for pop art 2, but I wanted to see where the colors are. This actually might work just like this. Okay. Now let's add some gradation back in. And oops, let me see if I have this other effect. I have this starlight, finally. Dang it. There we go. And let's turn this noise filter off. Give it lots of sharpness. We're almost done. Let's see the star filter comes in. I'd like to make all these little points kind of just speckle just a little bit more. Like this one here is speckling a little bit down here in this corner. It didn't capture them. There's a little bit of speculars though, but let's work with the white balance a little bit. It's a little bit off. So what I need is I need a little more, a little less magenta maybe. I'm not sure where it's off. Tiny bit more magenta. Okay. Now let's fix the skewing a tiny bit. Need just a little bit this way. And I think I'll just leave this on auto white balance. It was really close already. This up. Brush the blacks. Maybe not. Where are we? Gosh, those are way down there. Bob says pan down a little, less bare sky. Maybe, yeah. I think the problem is I have this cement down here, so I'd have to crop in. Oh, this is all right. So I need to fix a little bit more skewing here. Let's see. I went the wrong way, but let me see. Man, it's taking forever to render. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay. All right, let's see before and after. Not bad. I wish the starburst effect worked a little better on these speculars. But yeah, nice shot. Nice shot. It should be just a little brighter, I think. Let me add just a third. Yeah, something like that. Right in this range. I think this looks pretty good. Let that render. Once it renders, hopefully the starburst effect will come in. That's what I really wanted. It just didn't work. Some other software would have done a better job, like Photoscape X, but there we go. Oh, thanks, Tamil. Glad to do it. Was that the last? Okay, one. This is the last one. This is a raw image. Nice, 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 nice. EM1 Mark II, 12 to 40 Pro, 40 millimeters, 1/125th, f8. Okay. Fixed white balance of 5400K, and then did monochrome. All right, let me see what the color looks like. Oh wow, look at all these umbrellas. Okay. This is an easy fix here. Let's do that. Let's center crop on this couple. Look at this, whoops. 3x4. Three. Yeah, we'll have to get it next time, Roman. I'm so sorry. It's just this edit today is just taking forever, isn't it? There we go. Let's work with the gradation. Okay, see you, Randy. And then we'll go back to the tone curve. Hey, Flying Fish, how are you? I am just about running out of steam here. 11:30 to whoops, let me reset that. 11:30 to 2.5 hours now. I'm gonna have to end it after this image. I'm exhausted. All right, so let's just pull back on the reds a little bit and go with the orange and yellow. Definitely the blues. on the reds. Oh, this is Jeff. Hey, Jeff. Wow, you've been waiting a long time. Maybe you just got here. Let me see. The crop needs to be a little different too. I feel like maybe let's try taller crop. Something like this. Try that. Bob says crop left side a tad more. Yeah, this side feels a little bit, but I think the spice spacing is right. Just a tiny bit of vignette. Tiny bit more. And I'm trying to bring out the tones here in the street. Let's see if I can do that without killing the colors. Might have to do like 1,000 dots here. Oops. No, that's not going to work. Let me get rid of these. Just this red is too strong. Which, you know, the pop art filter really emphasizes reds. Let me pull the reds back a little bit. Just the blue. Let me back. Luminance goes down. Okay, so I think this has kind of a Kodachrome look to it, like a film, slide film look to it a little bit. What's going on with the turn this off. All right, that's before and after. Just a little taller crop. It's not done rendering yet, but give it a second. I mean, I like the black and white, but there's so much color in here. I wanted to see the color. I just wish this would hurry up and render, because it shouldn't, this jacket should not be this blotchy. This is what was bugging me before. I think it's just not done rendering yet. As you can see, I got the hourglass. Maybe I jacked it up in the color wheel. Yeah, a little bit. Let me make that a little more gradual. All right. And there we go. Final answer. Nice shot though. I really love these umbrellas. Okay. Wow. I think I'm gonna have to wait till next week to go over the viewer edits here. I can't do it. I'm too tired now. So we'll do that on Thursday. Because there were some nice ones in here, but I just can't I can't do it. So thanks everybody for joining me today. I appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on Thursday. Lot of great images today. It was a lot of fun editing, but I'm tired now. You can see my voice is starting to crack a little, so keep sending those in every week. I'll try and post another image for you guys to edit of one of mine, and then we'll go over these on Thursday, or I might have to do an extra live stream later this week to get all this together. So you guys have a good week. Until next time, we'll see you then. Whew.